Hey, welcome back. This is Watertown365. We are giving you some updates about how a Watertown company has created its own cryptocurrency. That's interesting. We have information about how to report a lost animal in Jefferson County. We are talking about a fire that destroyed a Watertown apartment on Monday. We have information about food banks, the Flower Memorial Library, and so much more. Let's get into some somewhat goofy news first. A Watertown company creates its own cryptocurrency as reported by WNYTV 7 News. A Watertown company creates its own cryptocurrency. You've probably heard of Bitcoin or maybe even Dogecoin, and these things are called cryptocurrencies, and now there are thousands, including one that originated right here in the North Country called Astra. In a small corner office on Court Street in Watertown, Jason Byers and Jeff Gardner have created their own money, taking the term reach for the stars to a whole new level. It's a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin that you can buy on their website, but they say it's that goal that sets them apart from thousands of others. Unlike paper money, cryptocurrency is decentralized with no government control. That's part of the attraction, but that also means there's room for scams. That's why Astra's founders say they are bringing transparency to cryptocurrency. They've gained 2,000 investors since starting up 3 months ago. As for its next steps, Astra will be holding an event for its investors called Astra Con at the end of September at Singer Castle. It's there they hope to connect with investors and maybe find some more. And if you happen to find a lost animal in Jefferson County, if you see a lost animal or animal in danger, depending on where you are, there are specific numbers to call. Now, according to the Jefferson County Animal Cruelty Task Force, lost animals can be reported to several offices across the county. This ranges between 3 individual offices and the Jefferson County office. These phone numbers are listed for their applicable towns and villages. So basically what you do is there's 315-779-5900 for all these counties, and 315-276-6805. And so there's a whole list. And so if you're unsure who to contact, here's the number, 315-786-2601. And so I wonder if you search Jefferson County lost animal, and so here we go, jeffco.us, and we're trying to find that. No, that's Colorado, dang it. We're trying to find that list of Jefferson County, New York, lost animal. Okay, so instead of that, we'll try Facebook. Lost and Found Cats and Dogs of Jefferson County, New York. And so here we go. There's the updated map. And so yeah, if it were me, I would go to this page, Lost and Found Cats and Dogs of Jefferson County, and I would send them a message. And if you have a lost animal, that's yet one more place where you can put the word out. And then if they find your animal, they'll post it on this page. And if someone else does, that's a great way to fix that problem. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you, but that is something that does happen out there. Let's get back to some of these other news stories. Next up, there was, and then the other thing is that if there's animal cruelty, there's the ASPCA.org where you can contact them. So lots of resources out there with a poorly treated animal or a lost animal. Next up, a fire destroys a Watertown apartment. A man and his son and 2 dogs safely escaped a fire that destroyed their Watertown apartment on Monday. The blaze happened shortly after 3 p.m. in an apartment on Alexandra Meadows at Summitwood, which is a complex off Washington Street in the city. City fire officials said the call came in as a fire starting on a stove. The man living in the apartment told 7 News that he and his son got out safely, along with their 2 dogs. Firefighters found heavy flames and smoke. They knocked them down, made sure residents were safe, and had power cut to the building. officials were able to cut power to the affected apartment while leaving it on for those on each side. Residents of the building's other units were allowed to return home following the incident. We have some virus news where Jefferson County public health officials advise caution as colder months loom and disease spread is likely to rise. Jefferson County Public Health Service officials are urging people to continue taking all necessary measures to prevent the spread of diseases, even as COVID-19 infection rates remain low. Public health planners and officials at the Health Service are advising people to keep an eye out for more than just COVID-19 as they return to school, work, or other social environments. Now, the focus has been on COVID-19 for more than a year and a half, but there are those other diseases out there, and it's important to get vaccinated. It's important to wash your hands, cover your cough, and stay home when you're sick, even though it is tempting to say, oh, I'm fine, I can still go to work or school. Stay home if you get sick. Keep an eye out for symptoms of an illness. Get a doctor's opinion as soon as possible, even if you might not like to go to the doctor. And even a COVID-19 vaccination status does not matter, because if you get sick with something else, like a flu, which is different, then that does not apply there. And here's something that's interesting, though, is that Ginger B. Hall, director of the Health Service, said that they have seen a number of cases in which someone vaccinated against COVID-19 assumed that their symptoms were just allergies, but they've spread a cold or a flu or some other disease because they just assumed that they had allergies and weren't sick. Now, masks are proven to work to prevent the spread of COVID-19, not 100% like anything else. So even if you're vaccinated or not, if you're sick with something, anything, if you have symptoms, wear that mask in order to prevent the spread. And the vaccination rate has slowed, just like everywhere else, right? The vaccination rate has slowed since the vaccine was first introduced, with 51% of the adult population fully vaccinated in this county as of July 12th. Now, there's a real thing out there called vaccine hesitancy, where people are concerned about the safety, the efficacy, or even the need for a vaccine. Like, is it even necessary? They decide not to get one, and this is an issue that is preventing the region from achieving full vaccination. As long as COVID-19 remains a risk, the other preventative measures like hand washing and staying home when sick are necessary to prevent the spread of COVID-19. As the fall and winter seasons approach, officials said they anticipate they will continue to focus on combating COVID-19 well into the future. The Jefferson County Board of Legislators recently adopted a resolution authorizing $142,268 in federal aid money to the Public Health Service to cover additional staffing costs for the remainder of the year. We have two businesses in the business spotlight. We've mentioned them both before, but we will mention them again because they are just that wonderful. We are talking about Perry Optical in Watertown, New York. I mean, look at all these Google reviews. They are at perryopticalny.com. When you feel some pain in your eyes and you can't see clearly, then you need to pay your eye doctor a visit. Wondering where to find a quality eye care service in Jefferson County? Perry Optical team has been helping the North Country see better for more than 30 years. Perry Optical is catering to families and individuals specializing in patients with special needs and clients who may be hard to fit for glasses or contacts. They are located at 1125 Arsenal Street. If you've seen this Vision Center 2 that you sometimes drive by, and the easiest way to locate them is to go to perryopticalny.com. All the information's there, their hours of operation, their address, phone number, email address, Perry Optical NY, and you can click around and you can find the information that you need to know about the optometrists working there, Dr. Joe and Michelle and Dr. Charles, who are all there, and figure out some interesting, there's like reviews and there's facts and factoids and tidbits about you and your eye health. Get in front of it, right? If your old prescription no longer applies, don't wait until it's too late. Get ahead of it. Do it now. You'll be glad you did. PerryOpticalNY.com. Also, in Adams, New York, is Roger's Hometown Pizzeria. They're located at 4 West Church Street over in Adams. And look at that really good-looking pizza. Look at that. Rogers' hometown only serve the best pizza and wings in town. Rogers take pride with their finest ingredients. Their dough is hand-stretched daily. The secret recipe pizza sauce is mixed fresh each day. Your pizza crusts come in traditional or thick upon request. And thank you personally for tuning into this week's episode. We are located at Watertown365.com. You're probably already following us on Facebook. If not, there's the button right there. That's facebook.com/Watertown365. And you can stay up to date on our local news. Let's see what we didn't even have time to cover. There's a sculptor participating in a New York art exhibit. There's information about how Watertown says no to marijuana sales despite New York state legalization. Lake Ontario water levels will increase following heavy rainfall. That's good news. New York added 9,800 jobs in June. So many different things that you can find out about, including summer activities, this day in history, and so much more. Watertown365 is the place to go. Facebook.com/Watertown365. Leave us some comments and stay tuned for next week's exciting episode. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and we will talk to you soon.